Please hold, chat. Please hold, chat. Sharing the stream. Chat, please hold. Okay, I'm here. I'm here. All right, let's do some painting. Let's do it. 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 Okay, I think I'm good. Share it on Twitter. I'm here. Oh. Okay. How's everybody doing today? What's everybody working on? What's happening? Let me know how life is, where you are. We're in the final cleanup detail stages of this painting, which means painting a lot of these mushrooms. So there you go. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna paint a whole bunch of mushrooms. Very exciting. I know it's exactly what you were hoping to see, because I am, in fact, a people pleaser. I will paint mushrooms all afternoon, because I know that's what you want. That's why you come here. It's the content you crave. I will not say that I'm a fun guy. I won't do it. It's too easy of a joke. And frankly, you deserve better. Frankly, you deserve better. I'm sorry, Shays. That's a lot. That's a lot. What's up, party guy? Good to see you. My sound is quiet. Well, I can fix that. I can fix that with audio boosting technology. Hello, it's me. Hello, it's me. I'm here, I'm talking. Hopefully that's louder. I hope. Sounds good. Nice. Oh, I did most of these mushrooms off stream because they are monotonous and very boring. But there's a few left I gotta do. I had a good friend of mine, or I say a good friend of mine, someone who was at least a social media acquaintance that I've hung out with a few times. I don't know what's going on. I think their account might be hacked or something, but I just got mine back, so I'm not really sure what I can do. If you're listening to this, you know who you are. Find a way to reach out to me, if you can. Had a weird thing happen where I didn't even know you could call people on Twitter now, or X. I didn't even know you could call people. I got a call from them at like 10:30 at night, that hung up immediately that showed up in my call ID as like a big string of like code. And then a second call from them a few minutes later, and I missed both calls because I was asleep. And then their account, after calling me twice, like calling my phone with like Twitter code, their account blocked me. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. There wasn't anything in the DMs though. I was like, I don't know what this is. I didn't even know Twitter could call people. Yeah, apparently, I mean, maybe it's a thing where, like, Twitter's calling you on Twitter, but it's using permissions from your phone to take the call without the app being open. I'm guessing that's what it is. That would make the most sense to me, but I didn't even know you could do that. I know, really. Oh. Well, you know, or maybe they just blocked me because they fucking hate me. Could be that. Maybe they said enough of this shit. Could be. Delivered hay to the Renaissance Fair. That's funny. Always good to have a good hay guy. What's up, WCOS? I've got this cool thing going on today where my stomach is nauseous, so I can't eat or I keep getting sick. But I'm starving, which is making me feel more nauseous. But the few times I tried to eat today, I couldn't keep it down. So I'm just here, you know? I'm just here. I guess today is a fasting day. You know. For breaking the concept art specifically, do you still believe that doing a reimagining of a game is still a great option, or has AI generated images kind of diluted the market? Well, by that logic, then AI images have diluted the entire field. So no, I don't think it's diluted it. Most companies, well, also the second half of that answer when I used to recommend that to people was it depends what concept art job you're looking for. If you're applying to a big company like World of Warcraft or something, they want to number one know that you can match their Warcraft style, and they number two want to know that you can take that style and adapt it to things that they haven't done before, because that's primarily going to be the job. So if you did, like, you know, Warcraft in this setting, or this other IP reimagined as a Warcraft expansion or something, like that would be a good move for a portfolio. But yeah, it depends on the job. Totally depends on the job. If you just have really cool design chops and like your stuff looks really good and you're like imaginative characters and armor sets and whatever, there's plenty of games that'll hire you if you just have a solid portfolio. But there are companies whose bread and butter is just, you know, reimagining their same IP over and over and over again with expansions. And like, you know, we're doing this one and now we're doing this one. We're doing Assassin's Creed, but now it's this country, now it's this country, now it's this time period, now it's this country in this time period. Like, we're doing Warcraft, but now it's pirates. We're doing Warcraft, but now it's Mists of Pandaria, and it's gonna be all Asian stuff. We're doing Warcraft, but now it's gonna be this. Like, yeah, if you're applying to a company like that, then it makes a lot more sense to have something like that in your portfolio, because it tells the company, here's what I can do for you. Like, I'm showing you that I can do the job you'd be hiring me for before you're even hiring me. It basically just tells them that you're like ready on day one, essentially, to do the thing they're gonna need you to do. But it's not necessary, it's just a good trick. The added benefit of doing it that way, of reimagining a big IP, is that while you're building your portfolio and posting it on social media, you'll get a lot of natural social media growth because you're attaching yourself to something that already has an established fan base. So when possible, you want to maximize what you get out of your time and effort. So if you can build a portfolio while also applying for a job, while also growing your social media following by attaching yourself to a popular IP, it hits a lot of things at the same time, which is nice. It's not necessary, but it is efficient, and it does get you more views on your pages. So yeah, that's primarily the explanation of why you would use that particular strategy. I don't think AI has ruined that field, because most people who appreciate art and artists, like the people that would be following your accounts, the companies that would be hiring you, they don't really love AI art, so they don't really want to see that. Another good thing you can do is attach a story to it. Reimagine something you actually like. Maybe it's a game you used to play or a movie series you like to watch as a kid. Make it personal to you. Be like, you know, this was always my favorite. This is why I thought it should look like this. You know, as a kid growing up, I always played this. It was really like anything that can humanize the content and make it very clear that you are a creator creating a thing that you as a person care about is going to separate you from the mess of just AI trash out there. So, yeah, remember at all points, you don't just have to sell your portfolio, you can also sell your story, and you can sell yourself as a person with the art. Because, especially on platforms like Instagram, a lot of people might be following you not just for your art, but also for you as, the artist. It's not just a meaningless image, it's like you, the person. So, yeah, anytime you can let your personality and your humanity show through in an organic way that doesn't feel super forced or cynical, take that opportunity. It helps people feel like they know you. It's a bit parasocial, but parasocial isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just a way to make your audience feel more connected to you. Makes the work feel more personal. But yeah, that would be my advice for that question. No problem, Rauv. It might be food poisoning. It might just be that my stomach fucking sucks. Honestly, what I think it is that I've been on for like 8 months now from dieting. I've been on a super clean, super regimented diet where I cook all my own food and I'm eating like, chicken and like rice and vegetables basically every day, and that's it. And I think, whenever the couple times a month I do go off diet, if I'm doing something social or if I'm going out or if I'm at a party, and it's like, okay, it's inside my calorie, my calorie, what do you call it? It's inside my budget, my calorie budget for the day. I think I'll have, a piece of pizza because I'm at this thing, or I'm going out with friends. I'll eat some food at a restaurant that I didn't cook myself. Occasionally when I do that, now that my stomach is used to all the really super healthy home cooked stuff, occasionally I'll get hyper sick. And that might be what this is. It might just be that they used an additive or a cooking oil I'm not used to that's sending my body into hell. Or it might just be, something I'm not used to eating. But yeah. Could be as simple as the oil they fried the food in. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it typically happens. Not all the time, but if it is going to happen, it usually happens when I'm going out to eat. I had some very good Chinese food last night with some people, and it was delicious, and as far as I know, nobody else got sick, so I don't think it's food poisoning, or they would all be sick. I believe it's just that my stomach was not ready to have, something fried in a certain type of oil. You spit in my mouth when I sleep, Sharky? What the fuck? Wake me up first. I love that. We can baby bird it back and forth. I'll spit it right back into yours. It'll be great. I'll tell you what the cool thing is about this, though. And by cool, I mean not cool at all, because it's essentially an eating disorder. Is when I do have something like Chinese food, which is not something I should probably be eating, it's like I never even ate it, because my body just rejects it. Not a good thing, but also I didn't get any calories out of that meal, so there you go. What I'm saying is a win, okay? A win is a win. I'll take the win. The problem isn't even usually that those places use crazy oils, it's that they use normal oil, but they use it way too much. Like, you're supposed to change oil pretty regularly, but I feel like a lot of those places, to save money, just reuse the same oil over and over again. Please hold. to spend less time on these mushrooms. I'm zooming in way too much. Yeah, I'm zooming in way too much. Alright. Let's not make that mistake again. Let's just get this over with. coming along. Thank you. I should just jump over to these mushrooms. I want to finish cleaning this though. Some artifacting in here that doesn't look great. Oops. Puppy, I hear you snoring over there. Chat. Exhausted today. I've been like maximizing my weekends. I'm like making lists of things to do, and I'm doing all of them. So when winter rolls around, I'm not like, oh, I wish I did more in the summer. Like an average like Saturday for me this summer has been like wake up early, go to the beach, swim, take the dog out in the water, go visit some cool antique shop I haven't been to, go try some cool restaurant I've been meaning to try, drive around, go visit some local thing I've been meaning to go see, go for a walk. Like, it's like all structured events, sunrise to sunset. So I'm like really tired. It's just been like nonstop stuff, which is good. It feels really good to be like living a little bit, even if it's only like 1 or 2 days a week. It feels very good to be like, oh, I actually did shit. Yeah, it's a good tired. And then also, like, you know, all the working out and shit. But yeah, tired in a good way. Text notification sound worked into the song. Feels like psychic warfare. Feels like psychic warfare to make me look at my phone and see who texted me just to see the name of the artist for the song playing and go, now I'll remember that. Good trick. Good trick. I support it. It's the right kind of sneaky. Psychic warfare. I watched Batman Caped Crusader. I watched all of it. My thoughts are a very good aesthetic, very good take on Batman. I really enjoyed the reimagining of some of the villains, not all. I really liked Firebug. Seeing a dumb villain like Firebug get taken seriously and like horrifyingly was really cool. I thought the season was too short. I thought the overarching plot, which I won't spoil if you're gonna watch it, they didn't put enough time into it to make it really hit at the end. There is an overarching plot. The whole season is kind of about the creation of one supervillain. And they didn't really spend enough time on the characters to make that feel earned, I didn't think. But it was still good. I liked the reimagining of Harley. I liked her being like leaning into her as a psychologist who like goes crazy and does like, you know, fucked up treatments of people. I thought that was cool. Cool take on the character. Kind of making her her own villain who ends up, you know, lining up with the Joker but isn't just, you know, it's female Joker. I liked the take on Batman and Alfred's relationship being kind of weird and strained. I thought that was cool. I like the powered down Batman. I like that he gets the shit kicked out of him a few times by a few people because it makes the stakes feel higher and it makes it feel like he's still learning how to do it. Stuff I didn't like. I didn't like how much attention some of the nothing side characters got. I thought it took away from the overall thrust. I didn't like some of the one-off villains that are never coming back. I thought those episodes could have been scrapped and more time could have been dedicated to the point of the season. I didn't like... I don't know. The animation overall is fine. It's not great. It's fine. But there are some scenes where it almost feels like I'm watching Archer. Yeah.
Hey.
Hold on, I'm gonna turn you up and turn the music down. You there? Keep talking. Wow. Hold on, I'm gonna turn this music down. Alright, keep talking. I'm gonna have to just turn this music off. Keep talking. Keep talking.
Yo, 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 hello.
There you are. Okay,
Bubbity,
cool.
bubbity, boo.
Alright, there you are. What's going on?
Okay. Oh, nothing. It's some funny stuff. So,
Yeah.
at the school the kids are going to,
Mm-hmm.
so for everybody in the chat, we got our kids into a private school, and we're just going to see what happens. It's a big commitment to cross your fingers and hope that you can afford it forever. But so we got invited, like it'll be the kids' first year,
Yeah.
and we got invited to this birthday party. And the birthday party is at one of the kids that goes there, one of their houses.
Mm-hmm.
So the parents invited everybody before school starts so that they can meet, new families, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So
You sure you want to talk about this?
yeah.
Okay.
I'll message you the guy's name.
Sure. Let me take a
So
look.
that's the dad's name. I don't want to say it on here.
No, it is not.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't. Isn't that a name we've like made up?
Yeah.
Like literally a
Yeah.
name in our book? Or something
Yeah,
very
anyway.
close to it. Oh no.
Well, so I got invited to that, and we were looking at the profiles online and stuff, and I just went, you know what? I wouldn't normally do this. I'm gonna add him.
Mm-hmm.
So I added him on the thing, and I'm just like, crypto guy. He's got all sorts of stuff. They're rich.
You want to bet
All
that's
this-
not his? You want to bet that's not his real name?
I bet everything. I would bet my house.
Yeah. You want to bet he just got into crypto and changed his name to something he thought a crypto guy should sound like?
Yes. So I'm very excited. It's very funny, and I can't wait. I can't wait. Trying to prime everything before we show up.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanna. I'm gonna be fake guy. How far are we into this stream?
A couple hours.
Okay, nobody's never gonna hear this.
Yeah.
Um,
I can
so,
also
I
I can
mean-
also just delete the VOD. I mean, I don't. It's just a work stream.
Yeah, whatever. But
Yeah.
it's just. So I'm just gonna be big dog.
Of course, you have to. Yeah.
I'm like, I want to get. I'm just gonna be that guy. I'm gonna reinvent myself for this one specific
Yes.
group of people.
100%.
Then I'm gonna be like, yeah, I've been in a fight with Colin Kaepernick the past couple weeks. He's been wanting to work with me and all this shit, and there's, I'm not having it. And just started talking about all this other stuff. Yeah, just throwing out names. I'm like, I can't wait. It's gonna be so funny. It's gonna be so funny.
Oh man, you gotta start
It's gonna be
bringing
the
up.
funniest.
You gotta start bringing up like half truths. You gotta be like, yeah, I got in early on some Ethereum, but it didn't really swing my way. And like, just pepper in little things.
After I saw his profile,
Yeah.
it took my breath away.
You had to talk about
His description said he's a spiritual being having a human experience.
what you got to say is, lately I've been talking to my buddy on the East Coast, and he manages 20 or 30 properties, and he took a big hit in the economy the last few years, but he's telling me things are coming back, but I just can't get into that rat race again. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I'm so excited. I'm beyond excited. I cannot wait. No
What else?
way.
What else are you gonna talk about? What? You there?
Yeah, if I say all this, you'd be able to figure out who he is.
Oh, okay.
But I'm looking at his website,
You can type
or
his
his
stuff if you
AI
want.
platform that he started. Holy shit. This is so fucking lame. I'm so excited. I'm gonna do research. This is so funny, dude. Yes, I love that we're like getting involved in people who are those tech bros and stuff, like being into that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the Proteus engine.
That sounds like a Superman issue. Sounds like something Lex Luthor helps make on Krypton. The Proteus engine? Hell yeah.
I don't know if me saying all these words in order is gonna summon something,
Probably.
but these are good. These are good words. You can just look at that if you want.
Do you think he's going to talk about how, he used to live out in Cali, but ever since he became a father, he just wanted to raise his kids in real America?
Maybe the Slipstream core.
Oh!
It's the software for the.
Did the Proteus engine accidentally open up the Slipstream core? And then his name, I don't want to say his name, but he's the only one who can stop the Slipstream in the Proteus core? What are the odds that he's lying to you and he's like us and he's also making it up? Because these are like insane names.
He is not lying. He is not making it up. This is just a real person. This is just a real person having a human experience. I'm so excited. I wasn't excited at all to go to this thing. I was
Yeah.
like, God, I don't want to go to like super wealthy person's house for a birthday party and
Well, now it's
feel
like,
out of place and weird.
now it's like being a little kid where you're like, Yeah, it's gonna be scary, but I get to see the monsters. Like,
Yes, now,
going to the
now.
haunted house. Yeah.
I was talking to my trainer, and I was just like, you know what? I was like, I know famous people. I was like, I've had a career. I was
Yeah.
like, I can
Good.
totally swim with these.
You got to talk about how you.
Swim with these sharks.
You got to talk about how you lost 5 years working on a TV deal.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna do that.
Yeah, kicking around all the names of the people we worked with that we can't say
If
on
I
stream.
If I can get an open line of communication going, it's gonna be so funny, dude. I'll have to go dark for a little while, just so it's not obvious on the stories, you know.
Yeah, there's
If it does happen.
There's so many things I want to pitch for stuff you could bring up to him that I can't say live, but I'm assuming you've already thought of them.
Yes.
You there?
I said yes. I have so many things.
Yeah, that's fucking amazing. That's great.
It's like God just dropped something in my lap. He was like, "You've been working hard. Here, have this."
Do you think his kid's name is Corvus Steele?
No, his name's not crazy.
Oh, it's too bad.
I know his kid's name.
You gotta drop some other things like, you know, thank God for Elon and what he's done for Twitter. You gotta say, what else? You gotta say, I've been keeping up with Lex's podcast. Don't even say Friedman, just say Lex. What else? I'm trying to think.
I know everything about him. Without knowing anything, I know everything.
How old is he, would you say?
I don't know. I don't know how old he is. I think he's around our age.
Damn. You should have said that you put a bunch of Ethereum. Say that you put a bunch of Ethereum into Tesla stock after you saw the Cybertruck Aiden Ross gave Trump over the weekend. Say that exact sentence.
I gotta feel him out. I gotta feel him out on exactly what level he's at.
That's very good.
And once I find that level, I'm gonna.
Normally, I'm not
which way the wind is going.
Normally, I'm not a day trader, but when I see Aiden Ross, XQC, and Trump in a Cybertruck in the same video, you know I put some Ethereum in that.
I go, yes, please.
I'm not a betting man, but I like a sure thing.
And I'm so. It changed that whole event for me.
Can you wear a costume too?
Now I know what I'm doing.
Can you wear a blue?
Now I know.
Can you wear a blue shirt with a white collar, please?
Oh, I'm at least getting a button down for the event. I don't have one that I would wear, and I don't want to go.
You should say.
Too cash.
You should say, I don't get the hate for Joe's new special. Don't even say Rogan. Just go, I don't get the hate for Joe's new special. I don't get it.
Like Chris Rock, he gets away with shouting. Why can't Joe do it?
I've been following Joe since it was on my iPod. You know what
Gosh, I mean. Man. Since the couch.
He's right, though. You really have to come to Alaska with me sometime and try the blueberry bear meat. It is life-changing. And I did feel like I could run a 10K. You got to start talking
right
about
now. The Slipstream core, the
dude.
Proteus engine, they're zoning in on us. Our conversation.
You got to start. You got to start talking.
I'm gonna get there, and he's gonna have this whole thing verbatim.
Yeah,
100%. And be like, "Holy shit!"
His virtual assistant's gonna know everything about you.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know. You didn't know I was tapped into the core.
You got to take things that are true, like we got to go teach art in Bali and stretch them into, yeah, it was a real privilege, doing some charitable work with underprivileged youths in Bali. Went out to Indonesia a few times. Like, you gotta take a true thing and stretch it like 50%.
Yes. I'm very excited.
When is this? When's this event? When are you going into the slipstream core?
Soon, dude.
Don't lose
It is
yourself
soon.
when you enter the slipstream.
I got like 12 days before I enter the slipstream.
I'll tell you what I'm most excited about is if he has a wife or a significant other and what that's
He sure
like.
does.
What's that like? Is she gonna be like? Does she hate him? That's what I'm hoping.
No, I actually think that they're doing all right.
Man, I was hoping for a dynamic where he's that guy and the wife is just over it, but that might be even funnier if she's also on board.
I mean, they have a crazy house.
I mean, that doesn't mean
multi-million dollar home with like
doesn't
all
mean
sorts of stuff.
doesn't mean it's a happy marriage.
No, I'm just saying they have that. They have a bunch of kids,
Yeah.
and they're like in all the pictures together and stuff. They don't look. It doesn't look like they're fake.
Okay, well that's good.
So I imagine they're doing all right.
Man, I really hope you find some gold.
I'm gonna mine for it. I am going to keep that door open. I started a semi-conversation. I like replied to their like invite and stuff, and I got a message back from them. So it's not totally outside the realm of
Have you talked about
normalcy to add him on Instagram.
Have you talked about the Lex thing?
No.
Do you care?
No, I don't care. I just got invited. The only thing that happened was I just got offered to potentially be on the Lex Friedman podcast, and I was like, this is weird, but I guess it's not that crazy because I was going through the Magic the Gathering controversy stuff where they were using AI in their things, in their ads, and that was when I quit. And I guess it just so happened that like at the same time that was happening, this whatever scammer thing just happened to reach out to me and was like, do you want to be on the Lex Friedman podcast and do this Zoom thing? And then I was like, I guess so. And then I went on to like a Zoom call with what I thought was like a prep meeting thing to go on, because I was like hesitant the whole time. Like I was like, I don't know what this is. I was like, I didn't really like believe it.
I bought into it completely because Lex was
and I kept
Lex
telling
was on
Dan,
a tear.
I was like, I don't think so. I was like, I don't think this is, but we'll see.
That was at the peak of Lex and Elon talking about the dangers of AI, and then Dave's name was in a couple newspapers, and then he got that call, and I was like, this could absolutely be real.
Yeah, so I was just kind of like, I never bought in completely. I was just like, maybe not, I don't know. So then I did the Zoom meeting, and it was just the most obvious scam ever. And I was just like laughing to the guy. I was like, all right, dude. I was like, you're gonna need to do something to show me that you're real. I was like, 'cause this is hilarious. I was like, this can't be real. And he was like, yeah, just open up this thing in your browser and then like go to this page and whatever. And I was like, no. I said, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not doing that, dude. And I said, but I said, I respect the hustle of what you're doing. I was like, I appreciate that you found a way to make money. I was like, but it won't be with me. And I was like, good luck to you, man. And he laughed and he said, all right, good luck.
So anyway,
yeah, we were just joking together. It was weird.
The only reason I bring that up is that when you go to this guy's house, you got to be like, yeah. Well, I was gonna say, I'm assuming you think this guy is very pro AI, right?
Oh, I know he's pro AI.
So you got to be like, yeah, when all the AI stuff was really taking off, I got invited to go onto Lex's podcast and talk about it as a kind of premier figure in the art community, but like, I just didn't really want the spotlight,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you just got to take that and pretend it was really Lex's podcast.
Yeah, well.
For anyone wondering, that Lex scam is so prevalent that there's actually a section on Lex's website blog thing where it's like how to know if it's really us inviting you that I like found after the fact, and I was like, holy shit, that's so fucking funny that this is like actually a problem.
Yeah, it was very funny. like, okay.
Dan,
Nice.
Dave is going to a party at a crazy tech bros house with an insane name who's investing in something called the Proteus engine with a slipstream core. Didn't make those words up. So Dave is doing, he's doing prep to become a new version of himself that can try to, big dog this guy and out the tech bro, so he can mine him for content.
I mean, I'm not gonna be a villain.
No, you can't.
I'm not gonna do. What I'm going to do is speak about things that I have done in a way I would never do.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna do.
100%.
Is I have enough things in the chamber that I can use.
You have to go.
That sound really good.
You're playing social poker. You gotta go, I see what you're doing, and I raise you this much. You gotta look at the cards you got and go, alright.
Hey, I'm ready for this guy to be really cool too. I'm not gonna just crap on this guy. If he's a great guy and he does good things, then whatever. But
if he is, you gotta look at him and go, what are you doing with a name like that? What are you doing?
Well, I'm just gonna ask him if he's, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If he's Vinny.
Yeah. It's very, very funny. I'm so excited.
I can't wait.
I'm so excited. It's just like when I got invited on that billionaire's boat. I was like, I can't wait to just pretend I belong here. I can't wait.
It's like Christmas.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Wait a second.
The universe
You're
is
telling
like,
me that I get to do things.
This is for you. Yeah, that was so funny. Asking them for like seconds on their like yacht with like their private shift dinner was very funny. This is great. You got any more of this? You gotta tell me where you got this. You gotta say my guy a lot. I gotta have my guy find this for me. This is great.
Oh, absolutely.
Where did you find this? My guy can never get the good stuff. I should really replace him, but I'm a loyalty guy.
I've been with him so long. Throw him a bone every once in a while.
Yeah, a T-bone. Throw him a bone once in a while, specifically a tomahawk ribeye. You ever had the grass-fed ones from up in the Rockies? Nothing like them.
Yeah. I'm just gonna be locked.
You're gonna be what?
Locked on.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I'm gonna be like, Kim, you have to hang out with the boys.
Kim,
I have serious business to conduct.
Kim, I need this.
I'm about to pull a diamond out of this.
You gotta hold her and go, Kim, you have to have complete faith in me. You have to trust me like you've never trusted me before. I need this. We need this. We need this. We need it.
Now that I'm like open, like I don't know what the rest of the families are gonna be like at this place. But now that I know the potential, I'm ready. I am ready. Extremely ready.
Yeah. That video you sent, I've rewatched that video you sent me of Axel so many times.
Oh yeah.
Stuck to the wall.
With that
bed.
sound.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing. It's fucking amazing.
On his face.
It's seriously so good. It's like my favorite thing I think you've ever sent me of the boys. It's like, I don't know, something about the angle and his face being completely like bored and like over it. It feels like a Charlie thing in Always Sunny or something. It has that same kind of energy of like, this is completely insane and you're treating it absolutely normal.
Oh, and I'm like, the part that you can't see is that I'm super high, just staring at this.
Oh, that's great. That's really great.
I'm just out of my mind. I'm like, shit. Like, look at that. Hanging, like, perpendicular to the fucking, to the ladder.
Yeah.
It's killing me.
I can't even. Oh man, I thought of the other name you could drop that I can't say.
Oh, I know.
Oh.
I know plenty.
Ah!
What are you saying? That Dave Raposa hasn't spent months of his life talking to a billionaire on the phone? I absolutely have.
I just can't say who.
And I know all the
I just can't say who it is. I wish I could.
I got so much big dog
Holy shit.
going after that big dog ability.
That's so fucking funny. I completely forgot about that one.
Please. Yeah, dude. You better believe. You better believe. In for a penny.
I'm gonna make a list of things I hope he says to you, and then we're gonna see how accurate it is when you get back.
Yeah, dude.
One of them is some version of, we got to take you and the wife up to Breck with us sometime. Some version of that. It could be Breck, it could be any of those towns, but some version of, this has been really fun. We got to get you and the wife to come up with us to Breck sometime. Some version of that.
I'm sending you stuff, but don't pull it up, obviously.
I won't. I'll never. Oh, Dave, you're gonna have so much fun, Dave. Oh no, dude. Oh, I'm so jealous. Fuck, I'm so jealous. Fuck.
Dan, look at this one.
I'm so jealous.
You should be.
Holy shit, dude. I am just... Oh my god. This could go so many ways. I know the way I want it to go, but this could go so many ways. My ultimate, I'll put all my chips on this one being my ultimate. This is a long shot. It probably won't ever be this, but hopes and dreams, guys. My long shot hope for this, based on those photos, is that they're a power couple that's into swinging. There you go.
I hope not.
That's what I hope. I hope you do all this big dog stuff, and he really likes you, and he likes you so much he wants to watch you fuck his wife. That's what I really hope. Oh, man.
It'd be funny, but... It's one of those things where I have to whisper about how funny it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's a dream of how this event goes. Anything but a whisper and it could just vanish.
I know. Another thing I hope he says, some version of, so Dave, I hear you're an illustrator. What exactly does an illustrator do? Some version of that. It's either going to be that or it's going to be, so Dave, I hear you're an illustrator. Worked with a lot of great illustrators in my line of work. I've always respected the ability you guys have to really capture a thought, you know?
So excited.
It's great.
I didn't even think of this stuff as a possibility.
I feel like this is the closest we're ever gonna feel to like how people in the 1800s felt about safaris.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's that same kind of like, what am I gonna see? It could be anything. What am I gonna experience?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
These people haven't seen anybody like me in a long time.
Going to the dark continent where anything's possible. I could
They
be
don't even
anyone.
know people like me exist.
I could change my name. I could say anything about me.
Yeah,
Coming home with wild stories about all the stuff you encountered.
Just throw my safari hat off.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. Anyway.
There you go. Very
Real
excited.
stuff.
Very, very excited for you. Looks like it's going to be a great time.
It's gonna be
Kim's either gonna make a best friend or it's gonna be completely insufferable based on that photo.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
We'll see.
Kim doesn't fare so well in those events.
That's what I'm saying. It's either gonna be a really nice, actual nice person who married him, and it's gonna be great, or it's gonna be just the worst. I'm so excited.
Kim went to like a girls' night thing, and there's a bunch of like people, you know, from our area, whatever, and they were like, "Oh, what? Do sorority pose," and like all this stuff to her, and she was just like, "Oh no."
Yeah.
Everybody here had a nice affluent family. Like I cannot relate to this at all.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what's happening right now. And they're all like, you know, the Gossip Girls and stuff, and Kim's just not any of those things.
Yeah, that's always weird. How did she handle
They're
it?
like a type of girl.
Did she like stay for the whole thing, or like leave early, or like text
She
you
stayed for the
time?
whole thing. She just couldn't handle how like boring it was.
Yeah, I get that.
She was just like, "This is just too boring. I can't do it." I was like, "Yeah, I couldn't imagine. Like I couldn't imagine just." You know, it's one of those things where it's not like those people are inherently boring. It's not that. It's that they don't talk about real stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like they're very guarded people. Like if you're around, like anybody can be interesting. You just have to ask them the right questions or get them in a comfortable enough place.
Yeah, that's
the
like, big one. It's make sure that they're okay talking to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you get there by like, and, you know, like for me, the easiest way to do that is always one-on-one or small groups or something like that, and then you can actually talk to people.
Well, you either say something that you know they're going to identify with, so they feel okay volunteering similar information, or you identify what's making them uncomfortable in the room, and then you talk about how it's also making you uncomfortable. And then they're like, "Oh, I'm not alone. Okay, cool. I can talk to this person." Like those are the easiest ways to do that. But
I usually just offer up, you know, stuff about myself that's very vulnerable.
Yeah.
And I go like, "See, here you go. Here's some collateral.
Exactly.
You can tell me anything." I mean, it doesn't mean I'm gonna like, you know, I genuinely want to hear those things. I'm not trying to be like a piece of shit.
No, I totally get it. I do the same shit.
Yeah, like I just want it. Like the only interesting conversations are honest ones. I want to hear like about your life or whatever. Like that's fun to me, is to like listen to stories. And so it's like when you're around people that aren't used to being like open about anything, those are really hard. And that's always like like unfortunately, it's always like super affluent, like white people. like these people like well-to-do, whatever. It's like they're very guarded most of the time.
They're worried about perception,
unless they're British,
self-image. Yeah.
I always notice British people don't give a shit about anything.
No, because British people are happy. Like insults are much more like accepted over there. They love like shit talking is like a pastime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very comfortable with that. I like those people.
Yeah, British people are great conversationalists, like always.
But that's my month. I'm very excited. I'm looking forward to it. I just am gonna like stop. I'm not gonna do the thing. Like I was talking to my trainer about it today, and I was like, I'm kind of dreading it. I was like, I don't really know what to do. I was like, no matter what, I feel like I have some imposter syndrome still about it. Like even like I could do any number of like good things in my life.
Yeah.
I'll always feel a little bit of that because like even if we make a decent money, even if like I've had a career that I can look back on and look forward and be like, it's going places and I've done a lot and I feel good and like have everything sorted out. It's like I still can't shake the stuff that happened when I was like a kid. So it's like I still relate to that stuff a lot, and it's so much harder to like divorce myself from it when it comes to like being at somebody's place. You know, it's like that thing of like I vividly remember being at my friend Kevin's house and them feeling bad for me for not having meals with my family, and then being like, you know, because I was skinny, and they were like, you can come here and eat anytime you want. And I remember thinking like, oh, you were pitying me. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, like I didn't know I was like a fucking loser.
Mm-hmm.
And so like that stuff, it's like it's so hard. Like I don't feel that way when it comes to like we were just talking about. Like I don't feel that way when it comes to like talking to celebrities. Even. If it's involved in my work,
Mm-hmm.
like it doesn't bother me at all. Like I feel like yeah, I belong here. I can do this.
Right.
But when it comes to like just being around people who like always had money or something,
Mm.
or whatever, it's like I feel that like little kid feeling of like I don't belong here.
Do you think this guy you're meeting or these people have generational money, or do you think he just got into tech stuff at the right time?
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah.
But that's my like insecurity about people who are like doing really well.
Mm.
Is just being like, yeah, I don't belong here at all.
One good conversational trick I took from that movie, The Menu, that I think I've used a few times that's pretty good, is when you meet people that you can tell didn't grow up with money, but they have it, talk about like what kind of food did you used to eat? Like what was your like comfort food when you had like nothing? Like I used that the other day with somebody who was uncomfortable talking about stuff, and I was like, man, you know, like I can afford to go get like the weirdest part about dieting is like I can finally, I'm in a place with work and stuff and money where I can afford to go get good food if I want to. Like if I want good quality chicken, I can get it, or steak. I was like, but like the little kid in me still wants like shit on a shingle, like, you know, just like gravy on toast that like my dad made me back when we were like poor, when I was like a little kid.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, stuff like that is a good avenue to come from. Just like shared experience, or make them think about something they really enjoyed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are good. I mean,
Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say like I definitely don't have like any issues like relating to people, talking to people, whatever.
Yeah.
But I definitely feel weird being in those situations.
Well, it's like, I don't know, you're just because of how you grew up, like your brain on some level is like, I should talk about, it's like two competing things. It's like I should talk about the stuff I've done so they know I'm legit and I'm not an imposter, but also I was raised to never brag about anything I've done, so I have to
Exactly.
I have to shut the fuck up. But yeah.
Oh no, my strategy is to hope that they're really great people first and foremost.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
My backup is to become a mirror.
Yeah. Yes.
And that's where it's very fun.
Well, the best part of being a mirror is being a mirror that people don't know is a mirror. That's the tricky part. You have to mirror without giving away that you're mirroring. You have to choose which things to disagree about. That's always the funnest part. It's like, okay, I'm a version of you for today, but where are the differences? Because you're gonna sniff me out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very good.
Oh, very excited though.
My version of that on the billionaire's boat was that I didn't like lobster. Everything else I agreed with, but I was like, I'm just not a lobster guy. And like, what are you grew up on Cape Cod? You know, like lobster? What are you, crazy? I'm like, you know, there was one summer my father did a floor at a seafood place and they couldn't afford to pay him, so he took his payment in lobsters. We had lobster every night and I can't even stand him now. Like, but just little disagreements that you can turn into fun stories are enough to make
And
them.
you tied a chain around your leg and jumped in the water.
Mm-hmm. Your compressor's making you cut out a bit.
Oh. Yeah, you should you should jump out.
I mean, I'm not going back on their boat anytime soon.
What happened with them?
I did a bunch of work for them, and they were happy with it. And now they're selling it on Nantucket, and they're opening a new museum up in Salem for the Wida pirate ship that sunk off the coast. And when they're done opening that, we're gonna do some more work for that museum. And they invited me out. They're moving the ship up to Boston like a month ago, and they invited me up to go on the ride. But I was like, well, if I park my car down here and we take the ship up to Boston, how the fuck do I get back to my car?
Boston.
I was like, how the fuck do I do that? But yeah, I didn't end up going. I didn't go on the boat for that. But yeah, no, they're nice people. They're like insanely stupidly rich as well. But yeah, dude was like a founding member of the EPA. He has like photos with all these crazy politicians all over the inside of the boat because they live in the boat. They turned it into a home, but it's not like a houseboat. It's like a ship. It's like a decommissioned Navy ship that they live in.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's awesome. There's only 2 left in the country. They're called light ships. They're big ships with lighthouses built onto them, so you can go out and save boats when it's foggy. There's only 2 left, and he owns both of them. Yeah, he lives in one, and he has the other one set up as like I think a museum in Boston. Not sure if it's open though. But yeah, they're super interesting, but I just can't relate to fucking anything. So I have to go into that mode.
Yeah, I mean, the best thing you can do with people like that is just be completely sincere.
Yeah.
About everything. Like, if you ever want to, this is advice for anybody who's talking to extremely wealthy people for some reason, is to just be super honest.
Yeah.
Like, that's all they want. That's all those people ever want. It's just somebody to be completely honest. Like, not like rude, but just like have a confident stance on whatever you already believe.
Don't be a yes man, because they're surrounded by people that are way too agreeable.
Yes. So if they ever say anything to you that you don't actually agree with, actually stand up for yourself and talk about it. Be like, nah, I don't think so. And then they'll start to, be like, oh, okay. Open up to you, start to treat you more like a human being. And then they act more normal.
Have you ever had the sensation mid-conversation where you realize you know somebody that you're talking to, but you didn't know that when you started the conversation? Does that happen to you?
What do you mean?
Like when I first met this billionaire guy and we were talking on the boat, he was telling me a story about the case that made him famous before he did the EPA shit. And he was talking about it, and I was like, wait a minute. I've seen this guy on TV when I was a kid. And I was like, I know who this dude is. I saw this happen when I was a kid. Holy shit, it's that guy. It's such a weird thing, because you can't say that.
Right. No, I don't think I've ever had that specifically. But I definitely had a thing of being like one of the coolest things about talking to somebody that's like notorious.
Yeah.
Or just has a super crazy reputation or something. Is just being able to ask them all the questions that you have about things like that.
Yeah.
Like one of the things, like I can say this guy owns islands, and I was asking him, I was like, do you actually enjoy being on these things? I was like, do you personally enjoy the fact that you own an island? Like, do you ever get time to just like be there? And he liked that question a lot, because he was just like, no, I don't. He's like, I don't enjoy it. He's like, all I do is think about how are other people enjoying this. He's like, I don't care about this place. And I was like, that's exactly what I thought. And I would say that to him. I'm like, that's exactly what I thought you would say. Or that I'd hope you would say.
It's the Bill Burr
I was like,
thing.
I feel like that would be my reaction to that sort of thing. Is like, I don't want this shit.
It's the Bill Burr thing. You want a friend with a boat. You don't want to own a boat. You want a friend with a boat. You want to show up with a six-pack when it's time to go fishing and let them handle the rest.
Yeah, and that whole thing about like super rich people aren't happy.
Mm-hmm.
It's incredibly true.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Just like that's one of the most, it's an obvious lesson because everybody says it.
Yeah.
But it's also something that you can't quite wrap your head around until you talk to somebody who has that.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, okay, I get it. You can't go anywhere because everybody knows you. You don't get to really enjoy the stuff because you're so under scrutiny all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, it's like you end up, through both of those things, it's like you end up being completely alone. And like, what is, what's being a human if like there's nobody there to share any of your experiences with? At least like share your experiences in a genuine way where they actively like enjoy you as a person and not just what you've done and your wealth and all that shit. It's like the fake people. It's like, I do not envy those people like at all. Like I would never want what they have.
Oh, never.
It's definitely not gonna solve. Like it's gonna solve a ton of problems, but it's gonna create a bunch of weird ones, a bunch of weird problems where you're not a human being anymore.
Well, it gets rid of like it's just trading problems. It's like you get rid of day-to-day problems like bills being paid and shit, and you trade them in for existential problems like how do I live? And it's like
you start to do Lovecraft problems after that.
Yeah, exactly. Like literally, like very love. Like how can I be a person while also not losing everything? How do I be alive in a way that doesn't make me dead? Yeah, it's insane. But
like asking those questions to those types of people is pretty eye-opening.
Mm-hmm.
And also one of the things that was really crazy was like once I started to become friendly with this dude, like he called me all the time, like at all hours. Like I talked to him a few times a day, and I just started to realize that the dude was like just lonely.
Yeah.
And at least I wasn't like BSing him.
Yeah.
Like I would tell him when stuff sucked or whatever.
Oh,
like,
people are starved for authenticity. It's fucking crazy. Even like not just regular people now too are like, I've had so many people say to me like, I can't remember the last time I had a real conversation. And it's like, I can't even imagine what that's like for someone with the amount of money that dude had.
Yeah, like that sort of thing is, it's like you got to kind of recalibrate. Like for me, that was a really important relationship because it put a lot of things in perspective, and I was like, okay, I kind of have a better idea of what I want to do. I was like, I want to cure whatever's already in my head. I don't want to try and hope that I'll find it along the way. Like I want to make sure that like, even if work goes well, even if Dan and I make a TV show, and even if like everything possible, that'd be good happened to us, I need to figure out like what's wrong with like the stuff that's in my head. Like I need to solve that. Yeah. Because all this other stuff, if you don't solve for that ahead of time and have some sort of like Zen outlook on life, then like you're gonna be screwed when you get to anything. If you do, not that you will, but if that's in the cards for you and it does happen, then that stuff gets amplified and gets really weird. And like I got to see the weirdness, and I was like, man, you talk to me all the time. Like I'd be out for like a walk in my neighborhood. He didn't have like rich guy stuff to talk about. Like that wasn't what he wanted to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to talk about normal stuff.
Yeah.
You want to talk about like, what do you like? How's it going with your family? How are your kids? Like blah blah blah, like all this stuff.
Because nothing in his life is normal.
Yeah, I was like, you just want a friend.
Yeah.
And you don't have friends. I was like, brutal. Just brutal.
Yeah.
Like imagine if there was no more mountain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's just like nothing left to climb.
Imagine owning a tropical island archipelago and not even wanting to be there because it means nothing to you.
Well, I think about that. Like I do that. Like think about when you have anxiety and you just buy stuff.
Yeah.
And then you get the thing and you're like, Oh, I was paying for the time between my order and its arrival.
Yeah, you're paying for something to look forward to.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like that's all that is. It's like, but that's not meat. Like that's not like the thing.
No.
So I was like, unless you figure out like how to just be okay,
Mhm.
not having any of those things and being comfortable with your day to day and just loving your genuine life, it's like then all that stuff is just it's just a desperate attempt to like feel something going on. And that was like, yeah, anyway, that was a big lesson from that. It's like, all right.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
no good.
Even when you have everything.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's no good. It's no good at all. Yeah, that was.
So it's not like the dude I'm talking about was like comes from money. He didn't come from money.
Do you know if he's doing okay? I don't want to give any hints of who it could be. I just know that there was some news.
No, I don't know. I could text him.
Yeah, I mean he'd appreciate it probably. If I were you, I would. Hmm. Man.
I just sent him a message and I said it was just thinking about you. Hope you're doing well.
Hell yeah, dude. When do you think the last time he got that text is?
I don't know. I try and do that with everybody.
I did that with KK the other day. I miss KK.
Did he get back to you?
Yeah, we talked for a bit. I'm gonna reach out to him again and see if he wants to have a talk sometime. I feel like he's just kind of pulled back a bit, focusing on work. But yeah, no, it was nice. It was nice hearing from him. Reached out to Trevor too. Trevor's doing really good in Germany.
Oh, good.
Yeah, Trevor's doing great.
He's talked to me a little bit here and there. Like not recently, but yeah, it's been a minute since I've heard from him at all.
Yeah. The problem is that time is moving ridiculously weird. Some things feel like they're taking forever, and other things feel like 10 years go by in a day. And it's hard for me to like, oh yeah, I reached out to KK recently, and I'm like, oh, it was 4 years ago. Whoops. Because also like other things are like, I feel like this is taking forever, and it's like been like 2 weeks, and it's like, oh no.
I'm waiting for the message back from him. It's actually not going well. Okay. Sorry. Oops.
Yeah, uh-oh. All the jokes I almost made, but I have to keep not making them because it'll give away who it is. I gotta get off this topic.
Yeah, we can get off it.
I gotta get off this topic before I out one of your clients. I watched Cape Crusader.
Good?
Yeah, it was good. A couple things weren't as good, but overall it was pretty good. It's not as good as the OG animated series. I think that's a little too much hype, but it's good. It's one of the better Batman things they've done recently.
What a comparison to like X-Men.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. The compressor was cutting you out.
What about in comparison to X-Men?
Oh, X-Men is way better. X-Men is like the best thing in ages.
Okay.
Yeah, this Cape Crusader thing it's not trying to recapture something the way that X-Men was. It's trying to do like its own. It's like the best stuff about it. The 40s aesthetic is really, really good. The take on Batman, Batman being kind of depowered and focusing more on detective stuff and gadgets, like that stuff's all really good. It's one of my favorite takes they've done on like that character in terms of like he's not overpowered. It feels like he could die. Like there's stakes. The stuff, I don't know, some of the animation is really not great. Sometimes it feels like you're watching Archer and it takes me out of it. Where it's like the characters are standing still and they're just kind of like rotating them to make it look like they're walking. It's kind of like that, but yeah,
It feels cheap. in some places.
Yeah, some of the fights and stuff are really good, but overall it felt kind of budgety. There are some scenes that literally look like you're watching Archer. But yeah. But yeah, I don't know. The take on the best thing about it is the aesthetic and also the take they did on some of the lesser loved characters. They give a lot of attention to like a lot of the villains that no one gives a shit about and makes them actually cool. Like the Firebug episode is probably my favorite episode.
Oh, that's cool. I saw some of the animation from that new TMNT show. Looked really good.
I haven't seen any of that yet.
You want to see one?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. The Firebug episode is like, man, there's like a scene. Do you care if I spoil anything?
No.
There's like
Well, ask chat.
Chat. Do you care if I talk about this, chat? This Batman show that just came out. It's not like a major spoiler. It's just a scene that surprised me. Let's see.
While you wait for that, you should watch this. You can pull it up on the.
Yeah.
You can pull it up for everybody. It's pretty good.
I'm just gonna watch it. I'm not gonna capture it. I'll throw it in chat though. Oh wow. This is great. What the hell?
Doesn't that look awesome?
This looks so cool.
I know.
It feels like almost like chalky.
It's like real.
This is great.
Like high quality animation.
Whoa, when he like throws the tray.
Yeah.
This is really good. Oh man, when he pulls the tablecloth off, that's like showing off. They're just like trying to show off.
I love the physicality of it.
This feels
All the
so.
impacts.
This feels so confident. This is like. This is just like screaming confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, this is the best thing I've seen since probably Spider-Verse for animation. Dang. Yeah, this is better than anything in X-Men. This is like up there with Spider-Verse for sure. So is it an animated show based on that movie that came out?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. That's rad. Spoilers aren't real, go for it. So the Firebug episode, he's just like kind of like a meek-mannered, like chubby, insecure, weird guy who has like strange tics where he's like clicking his fingers, and the cops, some of the cops are like, we want to get Batman, and the best way to get Batman is to like release somebody, and like this guy seems, you know, fairly harmless or whatever. They let him out to set up, you know, entrapping Batman. And then when he gets his suit on, you find out that his tics are him clicking his lighters on because he has like a flamethrower suit, and he starts getting like really, his version of like pyromania is like he's like really happy, and he's walking around like the slums looking at all the buildings and watching all the kids play in the street. And then it does a fade over of everything on fire, and the kids are made out of fire burning while they're playing games and kicking balls around, and all the people are like laughing and having a good time, covered in flames, burning. And it's just like the style of it with like the weird orchestra music they play over it is so cool and creepy and awesome. Like, this is great. This is so cool for this villain that no one gives a shit about Firebug. But he's like probably the scariest villain in the series just for that episode. The stuff they do to reinvent Harley is cool too. They tried to like go back and make her more of like her own thing that makes sense with like the fact that she's like a psychiatrist. That stuff's cool. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of the stuff they do with the villains and the world building is cool. It just felt too short. They didn't have enough time to really like stick the landing with what they were trying to do, because there is like a main story that goes through the whole thing, and you kind of think it's going to have a big payoff, and it has a payoff, but there's not enough time to really feel it. But yeah, I don't know. It's one of those shows that's like, if they get another season, it's probably going to be incredible. but like this first season has some good writing, but you can tell where they had to make cuts in the scripts and the animation.
Okay.
But yeah. Yeah, it's worth watching though. Making the penguin a burlesque dancer instead of a old guy was a funny choice. Having like a casino, like a burlesque over the hill casino burlesque dancer who just won't let it go into crime. I was like, that's kind of funny if you're gonna change it. But yeah. Man. It'd be cool to see an animated show that looks like the intro for that show, where everything looks like it's made out of like charcoal.
Oh, that's how I always felt about Batman.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see that. Oh man. You working on what I think you're working on?
Yeah.
How's that going?
Good. I have I have endless ideas for it, so it's just kind of, a matter of doing as many as I can
Sure.
before I move on to doing other aspects of it.
Yeah, I get that. Are you going to be working for a while, or are you coming up on the end of your day?
I have at least a couple more hours.
Okay. I gotta take a break in a couple minutes to eat something. I got
Okay. I'm gonna do the same thing.
Yeah, I got super sick, so I have like nothing in me. I gotta eat something and see if I'm still sick. I love those non-diet meals that just ruin your stomach.
Mm.
But yeah, I'm gonna go do that, chat, and then after that, I'll come back. Dave might be here. Maybe we'll talk some more. But yeah, I'll see you guys.
Yeah, see you,
Finish
everybody.
up this column today. Later.